Hey crew, back with another 7-minute AMRAP today, daylight, so it's today. So got some questions, get questions pretty much every time we have a barbell movement with a hang, squat, power, split, any kind of description that's associated with the barbell movement and just barbell movements in general. So I wanted to cover some of those things with you today, go over what those mean. We're not going to get into the details of how to do the clean and the snatch, but let's talk about the things that kind of go along with it. So here we go, start the clock. 3, 2, 1. All right, so I just got done with today's workout. So today's workout is a mixture, hopefully you can read it. We got some cleans on the strength portion of it, and then we're gonna couple that with a power clean. So I got the question this morning at the 5:30 a.m. class, hey, what is a power clean? What differentiates a power clean versus not a power clean? So I wanted to kind of go over that with you. So we know a clean. I'm gonna grab my trusty training bar. Probably should have had this handy, but I didn't. So we know that a clean goes from the floor to the front right position. So from the front, like so. And a snatch is a wide grip and goes overhead. So those are your two basic Olympic lifts. You got the clean and the jerk, which is coupled together. And then you've got the snatch, which is one movement from ground to overhead. So we see very often where, and you can look over my shoulder and you can see it, where cleans kind of gives the option as to what you want to do, and then you have the RX Plus version, which is the squat cleans. And then in the workout, you have a power clean. So we kind of give some descriptions on there to kind of limit the movements that we're looking to try to drive home. So it's pretty simple. I mean, most of the time, these weightlifting movements were pretty much invented by guys in a gym, trying to come up with a name for it. And hey, if you get into a squat when you do the clean, let's call it a squat clean. That's all it basically boils down to, is you catch the bar in a squatting position so the hip crease is below parallel. I don't know that you can see that or not, but my hip crease goes below, my knee goes below parallel. That's a squat. It's the definition of a squat in just about anything. So if you're going to go RX Plus today, you can squat clean it. What you got to do, take it from the ground, catch it in the squat, stand it back up 3 times. All right, so during the workout, you see it's got power cleans. So power basically is the exact opposite of a squat clean. You can't squat. So basically what it boils down to is you have to catch it above parallel. You can bend your knees and at the hip, but you can't go below parallel. Here's a little hint. It takes more power to power clean. That's why it's called power clean. That's why you see it in football gym weight rooms all the time. If you want to generate more power, you do power cleans. If you want to move as much weight as possible, squat clean's the way to go because you can catch the bar much lower. Therefore, you don't have to have as much power to pick the bar up off the ground as much. What it boils down to. The same thing goes with the snatch. If you see a squat snatch, that means you're catching it overhead, below parallel. If you see a power snatch, you can't go below parallel. So it applies on just about anything. It goes right there. So you may also see a hang power clean or a hang squat. Well, before I get off that far too long, purists, weightlifting purists are going to tell you that my strength refers to a squat clean or a full clean. Squat clean, full clean, synonymous. So you may see somebody say, hey, if it just says cleans, it needs to be a full clean or a squat clean. Unless it says power, you assume the squat. When I program and the way that I kind of think about it when I'm putting my workouts together, if I just say clean, dealer's choice. I prefer to squat clean. I can move a lot more weight than I can on a power clean. My wife, on the other hand, much prefers a power clean to a squat clean. So today, during the strength portion of it, dealer's choice. She can go do her power clean. I can do my squat clean to get the biggest number that we can get. But I wanted to also give the option to those that need to work on the squat clean to go that way. I did power cleans today because I need to work on the power clean. So you may also, so hopefully that answers the questions with regard to squat and power and so forth. You may also see a hang power clean. Basically what that means is, yep, you guessed it, the bar is hanging from your arms. You go down, you catch it in the clean position. Power meaning you can't go below parallel. Typically the rule of thumb is on a hang clean that you have to stay above the knee, or a hang snatch. Any kind of hang movement, you have to stay above your kneecaps. You can't go below your kneecaps to get momentum. If you hear high hang, that means, see if I back up enough, in the pockets. right up here. So you can't even go hardly past, you know, my shorts have pockets. I can't go past my pockets. So that would be a high hang, clean, and then a hang clean comes to the knees and comes to the shoulders. So those are your typical movements you're going to see delineated there. You may see some others that are a little bit more obscure. Those are the ones that I use in the most often: squat, power, hang. So when you get to the jerk, which is going overhead, you may see a push jerk or a power jerk, and those are synonymous. Those mean the exact same thing. Once again, you're not going below parallel. So a power jerk, dip, drive, catch it, arms locked out, knees bent, stand it back up. This is also known as a push jerk, like so. Same basic, same thing. Power, push, same thing. You may see a split jerk. Let's see if I can back up enough and we'll go from the side view here. So a split jerk, you catch it in a split. Stand it back up. Lifts are never done until your feet are back under your shoulders. Remember that. That's crucial. You did all the hard work getting it overhead. Get your feet back underneath it. So a split jerk is your feet split into forward and backward. Looks like a lunge in some cases. What you typically see Olympic weightlifters using in a clean and jerk. You may also see a split snatch, which would be exactly what it sounds like. So from the snatch, catching the split. That's old school. For those of us that have bad shoulders, sometimes we go to that. It drives some of my coaches absolutely nuts when I do it. But it's fun to annoy them sometimes. There is such thing as a split clean. I don't recommend it because if the bar is right here and you lose it and your knee's out in front of you, it's a real good chance that's landing on your leg. So I don't really like those much because there's a higher risk for injury. So I don't coach those very often. You see split clean, split snatches in people that have injuries of some kind, mobility issues that are of an injury type. So I hope this helped answer some of the questions. A little glossary, little definitions on the barbell movements. Keep hitting me up with questions, and I will keep doing that. I'm going to work on one that's got scaling options and some other fun stuff that's coming up. Sorry about last week. I filmed this one, but it was bad. It was bad. So we'll talk to you next time on the 7-Minute AMRAP, and keep those questions coming.